The bus rumbled up the dusty hill toward the gate of St. Catherine's Girls' College. Amara sat stiffly by the window, clutching her admission letter like it was a life raft. The school loomed ahead, a fortress of old stone and ivy, proud and slightly faded, like a queen wearing her mother's crown. The wrought iron gates creaked open, revealing perfectly trimmed hedges, uniformed girls moving in clusters, and the faint scent of disinfectant and hibiscus. As the bus stopped, a senior in a maroon sash barked instructions. Amara followed the other new girls, dragging her suitcase across the uneven gravel. Her eyes stayed low, skimming the scuffed shoes and swaying uniforms. She wasn't here to make friends. She was here to learn. The dormitory, St. Bridget House, stood at the edge of the compound. Inside, the air was thick with Lysol, gossip, and the unmistakable hum of teenage energy. She was shown her bunk, bottom bed, corner of room 4B, and left to unpack. Girls buzzed around her, forming alliances with a glance, whispering about house prefects and teachers with nicknames like Fire Eyes and Snake. By evening prep, Amara had learned two things: keep her locker shut tight and avoid Tolu, the queen bee of the dorm who called juniors bush rats, with a grin. As night fell and the generator cut off briefly, plunging the dorm into darkness, Amara felt something strange. She knew she was alone, but she felt a presence, like she was being watched. She shook it off. Amara woke before dawn. Morning prep wasn't for another hour, but something had stirred her from sleep. She sat up, rubbing her eyes, and saw nothing but shadows. The dorm was silent. She was about to lie back down when she heard it. "Don't go to the chapel. Not tonight." A girl's voice. "Close." Amara turned sharply. There was someone near her bed, slim, uniformed, with long braids. The girl looked her age. "Why?" Amara whispered, but the girl had already turned and was walking toward the bathroom. Amara frowned. Was there an assembly? She lay back down, unsettled but not afraid. The day passed in a blur of classes, hymns, and punishment drills for talking during roll call. That night, a girl from room 3B named Bizi dared another girl, Uche, to sneak into the chapel and retrieve a candle from the altar. Uche accepted, laughing loudly to cover her nerves. 10 minutes after she disappeared, a scream cut through the compound. By the time they reached the chapel, Uche was sprawled on the floor, her candle rolled away. Her eyes were wide open but unfocused, and her lips trembled as she repeated, "It was standing there, watching." They rushed her to the nurse's office. The story spread like wildfire. Amara said nothing. The next morning, the dorm buzzed with stories about Uche's ghost sighting. Tolu and her clique made a show of pretending to be possessed during breakfast. Amara kept her head down, stirring her cornflakes. At the back of the refectory, she felt it again, a tug at her attention, like someone was willing her to look. "You should really stay away from the chapel." The voice was soft, familiar. Amara turned. It was the same girl from before, braids, prefect-length skirt, faint smile. "Oh, it's you," Amara said, relaxing slightly. "You were right. About the chapel?" Amara nodded. "What's your name?" "Nkechi." "I think." "You think?" Before she could press further, a group of girls at the next table burst into laughter. Tolu turned to look at her, frowning. "Who are you talking to?" she called out. Amara blinked. She looked at where Nkechi had just stood. The girl was gone, completely. There was no trace, no shifting shadow, no closing door. Amara's spoon clattered against her bowl. I wasn't talking to anyone." Tolu smirked. "Looks like new girl talks to herself. Maybe that ghost followed her from her village." Laughter rippled. Amara's face burned. That night, Amara lay on her bunk, eyes fixed on the ceiling fan turning slowly above her. The other girls were sleeping, or at least pretending to. The voice came again. "I didn't mean to get you in trouble." Amara sat up slowly. "Who are you really?" Nkechi stood at the foot of the bed, faintly lit by moonlight streaming through the window. Her expression was open, uncertain. "I don't know. I just know this place. I've been here a long time." Amara studied her. You're not a student. Not anymore, are you? Nkechi's smile faded. I think I used to be. Amara swallowed. Are you saying you're? Yes, Nkechi said simply. I'm not alive. Not exactly. Amara's heart thudded. Her mouth went dry. Why me? Why can I see you? I don't know. But you heard me. You saw me. That's never happened before. The air in the room changed. Colder. Still. Amara looked around to be sure they were still alone. The dorm felt distant. You're real, she whispered, as real as I can be. In the following days, Amara tried to avoid the refectory chatter, the whispered questions, the sideways glances. But Nkechi kept appearing, by the taps, in the assembly hall, beside her bed. Always calm. Always watching. I think we're connected now, she said once. I don't know why. Amara asked her questions when no one was around. Nkechi remembered flashes, hymns in the chapel, crying in a classroom, a stormy night. One evening, Nkechi brought Amara to the edge of the chapel and pointed at a high window. That window was broken. A long time ago. Someone fell. Who? I don't remember. But something terrible happened here. Amara shivered. Later that night, she pulled her blanket tight and whispered, I'm not crazy, right? You're not, Nkechi replied, sitting at the edge of the bed, feet not quite touching the floor. Then help me. If you're stuck here, let's find out why. Nkechi tilted her head. You do that? Amara nodded. And in that moment, two girls, one living, one long dead, began a secret pact. The new girl was no longer alone, but she was far from safe.